Ladies and gentlemen, with that, might be a good time to start. Good evening and welcome to the Atlantic Council's annual awards dinner. Mika and I are, of course, proud members of the Council, and we're pleased to see leaders from the political and business and military communities here in the room. Now, because of the support of you leaders, even those of you who don't follow cues very well, who lack diplomacy, who just don't know when to be quiet. Is Richard Holbrook here?
Yes.
The Atlantic Council continues to be a key player in international events.
You're all used to being in charge. Isn't that impressive? Leaders like National Security Advisor Jim Jones, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Admiral Mullen, CIA Chief Leon Panetta, and Secretary of Energy Stephen Chu. The Atlantic Council thanks you for your service and for being here tonight. We welcome distinguished guests from Capitol Hill and over a dozen members of the Senate and the House here tonight, and from Europe. We welcome Foreign Ministers Radek Sikorski and Carl Bildt, and the President of the European Parliament, Jerzy Buzek, as well as the Georgian President, Mikhail Saakashvili. Please rise right now so everyone can be quiet and applaud you.
We're also pleased to welcome the chief executives of Airbus, WPP, Lockheed, Thomson Reuters, and 35 other chief executives of global companies. Among you in the audience are prominent personalities from over 50 countries, including 40 ambassadors to the United States and countless members of the United States, European, and other governments.
Aside from our honoree, President Bill Clinton, we have 7 former heads of state here this evening. Please, all of you stand. We have Prime Minister Shawkat Aziz of Pakistan. President Jose Maria Aznar of Spain. Prime Minister Carl Bildt of Sweden. Prime Minister Han Duck-soo of the Republic of Korea. Prime Minister Jerzy Buzek of Poland. Prime Minister Lado Gorganidze of Georgia. And President Alexander Kwasniewski of Poland. The international crowd that we have here tonight is a tribute to the enormous respect our honorees enjoy globally. Tonight we honor 5 individuals with a long tradition of service and commitment to the transatlantic community. President Bill Clinton for his distinguished international leadership. Joseph Ackerman of Deutsche Bank for distinguished business leadership. General Stéphane Abrial of the French Air Force, and James Matisse of the U.S. Marine Corps for distinguished military leadership. And Bono for humanitarian leadership. Thank you all for being here tonight to help us honor them.
It's now our honor and privilege to introduce to you Atlantic Council Chairman, Senator Chuck Hagel. He, of course, is a man who wears such a multitude of hats that his Georgetown office was actually recently expanded to hang them all. His more recent appointments include being named co-chairman of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board. Also, he's a member of the Secretary of Defense's Policy Board and the Secretary of Energy's Blue Ribbon Commission on America's nuclear future. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Atlantic Council Chairman, Senator Chuck Hagel. Senator, thank you so much, my man. Good luck with this audience.
Yeah, this is a tough group. Tough group. Thank you, Joe. Mika, Chairmen have very few responsibilities, and for you tonight, you're fortunate. That is to first welcome you on behalf of the Atlantic Council and to thank you. Also to thank Mika, Joe, MSNBC, and all who have contributed so much to this evening. And to, of course, our co-chairs, our sponsors for this evening, and our board members who have been so faithful and loyal in strengthening the Atlantic Council. Tonight we do celebrate the Atlantic community, and we recognize leaders who have helped bring the world together and build a better world for all mankind. Before we turn to this evening's event honoring our honorees and celebrating the Transatlantic Alliance, I would like to ask for your attention because we think it is appropriate that we tonight, before we open our gala, express our sympathy and our deep condolences to the people of Poland and extend to them our prayers and our thoughts over the loss of their president, his wife, and so many of Poland's most respected and prominent leaders. As you already know, a number of Poland's leaders are here with us tonight. And part of what we celebrate tonight is the Polish integration into NATO and the Transatlantic Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the Foreign Minister of Poland, Robert Sikorski. Foreign Minister Sikorski.
Ladies and gentlemen, I imagine that if the President of the United States were going to honor the victims of 9/11 on a round anniversary, he would take with him the First Lady and some very important people. Well, our President, 2 weeks ago, took the First Lady and the Chief of the General Staff, Chief of the Armed Services, Chairman of the National Bank, Chairman of the Victims' Families Committee, and many other people, to Smolensk, Russia, to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the Katyn forest massacre, in which 20,000 Polish POWs were slaughtered by Stalin's NKVD 70 years ago. As you know, they never made it to the ceremony. They died in a horrible air crash. And you can see how poignant and how tragic this is for us. Poland is still in a state of shock and mourning, but we are fortunate and very grateful to have had so many expressions of sympathy and solidarity from all over the world. Also grateful for the empathetic and efficient response of the Russian authorities. And the one silver lining in the whole situation is that the Polish state has worked efficiently. The constitution has stood the test. The transfer of power happened smoothly. Polish economy is still growing. We organized 96 funerals. I knew almost all of those people in a matter of hours and days. And this all happened because Poland is now a firm member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, of the European Union, of the Community of Democracies. We are rooted in these institutions thanks to the foresight, the courage, and decisions made by people who are here. So let me just say that because we have lost leaders, we should celebrate the leaders that we have tonight all the more. Thank you.